Imagine a king who rules the entire universe. A divine guide surrounded by unimaginable splendor, turning away from a mountain of gold. Most would offer him diamonds or vast kingdoms to win his favor. But the gift that captured his heart wasn't found in a treasury. It was hidden inside a small bag, a simple handful of flattened rice, offered by a man who had nothing else to give. Today, we journey into the legend of Krishna and Sudama, a story that proves a single grain offered with love is worth more than 1,000 golden palaces. Our story begins in a crumbling hut, where a humble Brahmin named Sudama lived in the shadows of crushing poverty. Despite his hunger, Sudama's heart was at peace, but his wife could no longer bear to watch their children suffer. She reminded him of his childhood friend Krishna, now the mighty King of Dwarka. "Go to him," she pleaded. "He will remember you." With a heavy heart, she gathered the last few grains of rice from their neighbors, tying them into a small borrowed cloth for a gift. Sudama set off on a long, grueling journey. Every step was a battle between his deep love for Krishna and his growing sense of shame. He remembered their days at the Gurukul, where they were just two boys sharing lessons and laughter, unaware of status or wealth. But as the golden gates of Dwarka loomed over him, Sudama felt smaller than ever. How could a beggar face a king? He stood at the threshold of opulence, clutching his bundle, certain that he had made a terrible mistake. The palace guards sneered at the thin, dusty man. To them, he was an intruder. But inside the palace, the atmosphere shifted. The moment Krishna heard his friend's name, he didn't wait. He ran, barefoot and breathless, discarding royal protocol for the sake of love. In a moment that stunned the court, the Lord of the universe wept as he embraced the friend, holding him like a lost treasure. Krishna then knelt on the marble floor, personally washing the dust and blisters from Sudama's feet, treating him with the highest honor. Seated on the royal throne, the two friends laughed about their childhood. But Sudama remained quiet about his desperate poverty. He tried to hide the small, dirty pouch of rice, feeling it was an insult to such a magnificent palace. But Krishna saw it. With a smile that lit up the room, he grabbed the bundle. "Poha, my favorite! You always knew what I loved." As Krishna ate, he wasn't tasting dry rice. He was tasting Sudama's sacrifice. He was ready to give the entire universe in return for that one bite. Sudama left the next morning. He never asked for money. He was just grateful to have felt the warmth of his friend's embrace once more. As he walked back to his village, he expected to see his old, broken hut. He prepared himself to face the same life of hardship. But instead of mud and straw, a shimmering palace stood before him. The dust of poverty had been swept away by divine grace. His wife stepped out, radiant and happy. Krishna had known his needs all along, responding not to a request, but to a heart. Sudama realized that true abundance isn't what you ask for, but what you offer with a pure and selfless soul. In the eyes of the divine, the market value of your gift is zero. The emotional weight is everything. Krishna and Sudama remind us that in a world of transactions, authentic connection is the only wealth that never fades. If this story touched you, share it with a friend who is your Sudama. Subscribe for more wisdom. Remember, true abundance is love.